Hey, folks! Welcome back to Deliverability Dialogues, the podcast where we dive deep into the mechanics of the inbox and help you stay on the good side of the algorithms. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jamie. Today, we are talking about the absolute silent killers of email deliverability: spam traps. If you've ever noticed a sudden, unexplainable drop in your open rates, or if you've been hit with an IP blacklist out of nowhere, there is a very high chance you've stepped on one of these hidden landmines.
That's exactly right. To break this down, we're pulling insights from a fantastic comprehensive guide recently published on the Inbox Ally blog all about spam trap detection.
If you are sending bulk email, you have to understand what these traps are. Basically, organizations like Spamhaus, SpamCop, Barracuda, and all the major mailbox providers use spam traps to identify senders with poor list hygiene. If you hit one, the consequences are severe: permanent blacklisting of your IP or sending domain, destroyed inbox placement, and skyrocketing bounce rates.
So, let's look at what you're actually up against. The Inbox Ally post categorizes a few different types of traps, and you need to know the difference. The most dangerous is the pristine spam trap.
These are brutal. A pristine trap is an email address created specifically to catch spammers. It has never opted into any newsletter, ever. They are often embedded invisibly into website source codes, which the post refers to as seeded spam traps.
Right, so a human visiting the site never sees them, but when a scraper bot comes along and scrapes the site for emails, it grabs that seeded trap. Then, that scraped list gets sold. This is exactly why you never, ever buy email lists. If you hit a pristine trap, the block list providers immediately know you either bought a list or scraped the web. It is an instant blacklist.
Then there is the other side of the coin: dormant or recycled addresses. Think about the very first email address you ever created. You probably don't use it anymore, right? Mailbox providers will take those old, abandoned inboxes and repurpose them into spam traps.
This catches senders who aren't cleaning their lists. If you were still blasting emails to someone who hasn't opened a message in 3 years, you are going to hit a recycled trap and severely damage your sender reputation.
So the golden question is, how do we detect them before they ruin our campaigns?
The first step is looking for obvious red flags in your data. Look out for typos in email addresses. If you have subscribers like test@gmail.com instead of Gmail, remove them.
You also need to watch for fake or irrelevant domains. The Inbox Ally Guide uses a great example: an address like zzmoms@nobodyserve.ter. If an email address looks like a chaotic string of random letters and sketchy domain extensions, it's probably a trap created by an email provider to catch poor list hygiene.
Another huge indicator is hard bounces. A hard bounce means the email can't be delivered at all. While not all hard bounces are spam traps, repeatedly sending to them is exactly the kind of behavior that turns into a trap down the line.
But the absolute most effective method for detecting these hidden traps is tracking user engagement. Think about it logically. Spam traps are machines. They are not tied to real users. Therefore, they never open your emails, they never click links, and they never reply.
Exactly. If you have a segment of email addresses that have remained completely 100% inactive over multiple campaigns, they are either spam traps or entirely disengaged recipients. From a deliverability standpoint, both are terrible for your domain health. You need to remove them.
Let's pivot to defense. How do we avoid them in the first place? The number one rule recommended in the guide is using double opt-in confirmation.
It is the ultimate shield. A user signs up, and they immediately have to click a link in their inbox to confirm they actually own that address. Since a spam trap can't click a confirmation link, it never makes it onto your active sending list.
Boom! problem solved at the front door. You also need to lean heavily on email verification tools. The Inbox Ally team actually has tools specifically designed to validate addresses before they ever make it onto your deployment list. This reduces bounce rates before you even press send. If they are older than 12 months, drop them or run a highly targeted re-engagement campaign. But honestly, keeping your list lean and engaged is the only way to survive in today's deliverability landscape.
Absolutely, Jamie. Recovering from a spam trap hit can take days or even weeks of grueling reputation repair. It is so much easier to stay proactive.
Spam traps can only catch you off guard if you let them. If you suspect your sender reputation has already taken a hit from these traps, Inbox Ally can actually help you recover and optimize your inbox placement. You can go to their site and book a live demo to see how they fix it.
To read the full comprehensive guide we covered today, head over to inboxally.com/blog and search for spam trap detection.
All right, thanks for joining us for another episode of Deliverability Dialogues. Keep your lists clean, your engagement high, and stay out of the spam folder.
See you next week, and happy inbox allying.